What's poppin' T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and today I'm going to do a review on the Zeus Network's Blac Chyna's reality show. I literally just finished watching it. As you can see, I'm subscribed to Zeus. I've been subscribed to Zeus now for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months. I subscribed to the network because I wanted to see the B Simone little fake dating reality show. I watched the first 2 episodes free on YouTube and I was cackling laughing. It was one of the funniest fucking reality shows I have ever fucking seen. I got my life. And I kept the network when I saw that Blac Chyna was going to have a reality show on there, and they had a couple of other shows that I wanted to see as well. So the series premiere was yesterday. The show is called The Real Blac Chyna. The first episode was about 40 something minutes. It starts off where you see China and her best friend Treasure and her assistant, I forgot his name. They go so she can get I think she got Restylane in her jaw pretty much. I no he called it something else, but it was basically like to define her jawline. She wanted her jawline to be more chiseled, even though she already got a strong ass Joker jawline in the first place. She really needs to leave her face alone. She's a pretty girl. She doesn't need to do anything else to her face. She's only 31 years old. Girl, leave your fucking face alone. In the midst of that, her friend, she tells her friends that she reached out to her mom. She's going to have her mom fly down so they can talk. They have not talked in a year because the last time they saw each other, they got into it. And she just needed to distance herself from her mom and her toxicity. In the midst of that, her best friend Treasure gets a phone call about her son um, going to a juvenile detention center because he's had several tardies. So now he'll be detained. He was already on probation. I'm like, how old is your son? I know she said her son is 16. So if her and Blac Chyna are best friends and she 30, 31, that means she had her child as a teen mom. Um, no judgment there because I'm a teen mom myself. But I was like, God damn. So she was just really distraught because um, she says she's doing a lot to take care of him. And obviously she has more than one kid. She states that. And she was saying she felt so bad because she was getting on him that morning for not cleaning up, and she had cussed him out, and now he going to jail, and that was the last thing she said to him. And China just like, girl, that's your son. You have a right to discipline him for not doing what he needs to do. We know you're a good mom. This is not your fault. This is on him. You're doing everything that you're supposed to do as a mom. So don't keep on blaming you. And hopefully at some point, he'll get it together, and maybe going to jail is something that he needs to scare him straight. I actually was seeing their friendship reminded me a lot of me and my best friend Losha, where it was like I was Treasure and China was Losha. Now my child ain't never been to jail, ain't never been nothing like that. But just seeing her comfort her friend and give her some real life talk, because what China was saying to her was some real shit. Like, you can't just put everything on you. People make choices, and yes, you're his mom, and yes, he's 16, but you're doing the best that you can do, and she's doing it by herself. The girl is a single mom. Her mother is dead. She has her sisters, but she really don't have anybody. And that's part of the thing that bonded her and China together, was the fact that they don't have moms. Hers is dead. China's is still alive, but their relationship is just filled with strife. So they're basically just two young women out here trying to make it on their own with no type of parental guidance or help, which was very sad to see. But I loved and appreciated China for being there for her friend and giving her some real raw rap in that moment and being comforting at the same time. So then we go to China's mom, Tokyo Tony, who we all know, and I can't even say love after this episode. She's there with this man named Was. I forgot his name. It's something like Was, something like Muslim name. She's in Los Angeles. She says that she can't wait to see China so they can finally, have their conversation, so she can confront her, because she feels like China's around a bunch of yes men. She don't like Treasure. She says Treasure's around her because she's a clout chaser. She wants to be around China because she got money. She's mad at China because she feels like China left her in Baltimore and she's not taking care of her. Remember when Blac Chyna bought her mom a car about 2 years ago? She's mad because she thinks that China, when they got into it, she basically stopped her car from running so she couldn't use it. She's apparently been living out of her car now. And she like, my daughter living in $1 million house and I'm up here living in a car. Who does their mother like that? She says that China is disrespectful, basically full of herself. She was, however, excited to see King and Dream. She said she was gonna come in and clean house from everybody that's in her life and this, and that. So then we see the conversation with Blac Chyna and Treasure in her room, and they just talk about, her preparing for her mom to come. And Treasure says, despite your mom having an issue with me, I am excited to see you try to rectify your relationship. Um, and because she was like, we just both motherless girls, like, but at least you still have the opportunity to build a relationship with your mom, so you should take it. And it was just so sad to see that, because I know it's so many other girls and boys out there that don't have parents, and it was just sad to her trying to say, I don't have nobody, I'm basically out here by myself winging it. So I've been trying to remind myself that when you see people acting out of being promiscuous or going from nigga to nigga or going from woman to woman, or acting out online, or just starving for attention, or whatever the case may be, or angry, passive aggressive, whatever. It's an underlying hurt there. It's an underlying fear there. It's an issue there. And seeing her talk about her dad not being in her life, her grandma passing away, her mama, you see how she is. So it's just her and these kids. So she's basically been raising herself her whole life. So when we've seen the mistakes that China has made throughout the years, it's through trial and error, because she ain't never had nobody to teach her the right way. The one person that she says loved her is gone now, her grandmother. So it makes me be less to judge now, not even just her, but other people in the limelight or just in our lives, period, because it's always something else deeper than the surface level. So it really made me look at her differently and like, wow, like this girl got it bad. You can have all the millions in the world, the house, the car, the glitz and the glamour, the clothes and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, this girl go home by herself. She don't have a mama that she can call. She don't have a dad that she can call. She don't have aunties, uncles, brothers and sisters that she can call to cry on. She had to make her own family with people that could, potentially just be around you to eat off you, to use you for their own publicity, to gain something off of you, whatever. And it's the same thing with family, because family could be the biggest thing that fuck you over too. But it's just hard, and it just made me look at China totally different. So then we finally have the confrontation between her and her mother where they sit down. Tokyo comes in on 10 with an attitude. She come in doing her face up, sitting in a chair. She don't even look at China. She's facing this way. China's, comes around the table. Neither of them speak. China moves one of the tables at her island out of the middle so she can then sit closer to her mom. She's facing her mother. And Tokyo says to her, why am I here? And she was like, to talk, whatever. And she was like, what did her mama say? She was like, somebody, you gonna face me. And she was like, I am facing you. She was like, you wasn't a minute ago. And it was like, we all like, yes, she is. Like, she's sitting right in front of you, facing you. So China like, am I sitting in front of her? Am I facing her? To the production crew or whatever. She was like, I am facing her. Like, what is she talking about? So then they get the conversation going, and China says, you weren't there for me. You didn't raise me. Tokyo is irate. Who didn't raise you? I raised you. Who the fuck else did it? Who raised you? Who bought you clothes? Not your grandmama. I did it. This, and that. And China's trying to keep her cool. Sometimes she would let her anger get the best of her and get in her mom's face and tell her, you did it. You wasn't there for me. You put your man in your life before me. She was like, I put my husband for you. Of course I put my husband for you. You're my child. My husband basically comes first. And I was like, oh, wow. So your husband's, because she's been married multiple times, came before your daughter. She goes off on Chyna and tells her she disrespectful, this, and that. She's like, why you take my car away from me? She was like, I took your car away from you, but it's still sitting in your driveway. She's like, you know you got it turned off, this and that. And she was like, you a bitch. You a whore. She started going off because Chyna was like, get out my face. You know, you're not going to continue to put your hands on me. And then even at one point, Chyna was trying to hug her to diffuse the situation. At one point, Tokyo was in her face. I mean, literally screaming in her face, spit flying on this girl's face. And Chyna said something that had me dying laughing because I was like, she is so me and my best friend in this moment. She was like, you know you want to laugh. She's like, you know you want to laugh, right? Just go ahead and laugh. You know it was funny. But Tokyo still was mad. She was trying to hug her mom. She was like, I know you've been through a lot. Just calm down. The mama steady going on. I ain't been through nothing, bitch. Da-da-da-da-da. Call this girl a bitch. So at some point, Chyna just had enough. Oh, at one point, too, when the mama first came in on 10, she was like, I'm not about to do this with her. Y'all not about to get me kicked out of my house that I had worked my ass for. Y'all not about to do this. Y'all not about to do this to me. So I was like, oh, she don't own her house. She's leasing it or renting the mansion, rich, whatever, because I couldn't afford the rent or the lease agreement. But I ain't blame Chyna. Like, y'all not about to get me kicked out of my shit for no fucking reality show. Hell to the no. But at some point she got tired of her mama being in her face, cussing at her, pushing on her and shit, slapping her. Chyna was like, I will rock your ass. You better stop putting your hands on me. Mama like rock me or whatever. She's like, I'm out of this bitch. Fuck her. Fuck that bitch. You whore. You fucking whore. Calling this girl a whore. Like, how can you fix your mouth to call your damn daughter a whore? But this is Tokyo Toni. Once again, she got underlying shit that's fucked up with her. Who knows how her mama talked to her? It could be a generational thing. Who knows? But it was just sad to watch. She threw her shoe at Chyna and hit her. Chyna tried to throw a chair at her. She then grabbed a little thing off her island and tried to throw it at her mama. The assistant or somebody caught it. Chyna was like, I will fuck her up. She got me fucked up. The mama was like, fuck that bitch. I'm out of here. This, and that. And Chyna was like, she would never see her grandkids. This is exactly why I did not have King and Dream here, because I do not want them to see this ever. They will never see this type of behavior ever in life. And after watching it, I 100% agree and see why she does not have anything to do with Tokyo. Tokyo is the problem. It is not Chyna. Chyna is not disrespectful. Ain't nobody. Tokyo said it even on this show. I don't care if I made my daughter sell her pussy to a thousand men. I'm still your mama. Excuse me? Like, this is the warped kind of thinking that this woman has. And there's so many parents out here that think just because I gave birth to you, just because I pushed you through my pussy, or just because I nutted up in your mama, mean you got to respect me. You a person just like me at the end of the day, especially when you're as toxic as her mom is. What makes you think I want that in my life just because you gave birth to me and bought me a few pair of shoes? But overall, you were a shitty parent to me. Like, just because you're my parent doesn't mean that I have to, A, respect you or let you talk to me, treat me, or abuse me. That don't give you carte blanche. And there's so many people from my parents' generation or farther back that think that just because I'm your mom or you my dad, that means you gotta respect me and not say nothing when I cuss you out and call you bitches and whores. It don't work like that. You have to cut the toxicity out of your life. It does not matter if that's mama, granny, uncle, aunt, cousin. Just because y'all share a bloodline, just because y'all have similar DNA, does not mean that you have to have toxic people in your life. There is such things called boundaries. I have boundaries with people in my life. Just because we family don't mean that you about to come wreak havoc in my life and disturb my peace, have me crying, have me feeling, down and out and depressed, have me thinking and walking around with all the negative shit that you said about me up in my head. You don't have to put up with that. So anybody that's watching this video that's dealing with that in your life, cut it off today. Cut off the poison in your life. I see why Chyna went a year without talking to her mom, because who wants to deal with all that hostility on an everyday basis, having somebody flip out on you, calling you bitches and whores, getting in your face, spitting on you, yelling on you, hitting on you. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody. So I can say this about the Blac Chyna, the real Blac Chyna reality show. It was very riveting. It was the most honest, raw reality show that I have seen in a long time. I mean, a long time. They didn't edit nothing out. They did clear shots all the way through. It wasn't scripted. This shit was real as fuck. Subscribe to the Zeus Network so you can keep up. I'm not going to make a promise that this is going to be something I'm going to do weekly, but for the episodes that do really touch me or affect me, I will do a review on. The Zeus Network, you can get the application, download the app or whatever. I think it's like $4 a month to subscribe. It's very cheap. It's cheaper than Netflix, Hulu, or whatever. Simply go to your app store, download the Zeus Network. This is not me a paid advertising. I'm just telling if you want to watch the reality show to see what the hell I'm talking about, because it was very riveting. It's sad to say I give the first episode an A, but it really touched me and it really affected me afterwards. I was like, I got to do a review on this because it was that good. It made me look at Chyna differently. I really like her best friend Treasure. We're gonna see about the other people around her, but her mama got to go. The same shit that she talking about, that Treasure and them or clout chases, is really her mama. Her mama wants to eat off her and then at the same time be abusive to her. Her mama wants to live this lifestyle and figures just because I birthed you means that you have to take care of me. You grown. I don't have to take care of you. That's another thing. Just because your parents gave birth to you and took care of you, don't mean that you're then obligated to take care of them. I know in the Bible it says, honor thy mother and your father. And yes, you're supposed to help your parents if you can, but you're grown just like I am. Hell, you raised me. You know how to navigate yourself in this world. Just because now I'm out here working and stuff don't mean that I have to financially take care of you. Especially when you fucking up and you doing it on purpose, or you just don't give a fuck because you figure, oh, my child got it. She'll take care of me. No, that's just like coddling and enabling a child that is out here being disruptive and not living right. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're my parent doesn't mean that I have to financially take care of you. No. You know how to get up and get out and get something just like I do. No. But for the parents that are deserving, you're supposed to help, but you're not supposed to work yourself to the bone to be helping your parents, then you don't have nothing for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So the real Blac Chyna was a very good reality show. I suggest you subscribe to the Zeus Network and watch the first episode. It was crazy good. Woo, there was a lot. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. If you did watch the first episode, let's talk down below. If you haven't watched the episode, and then we'll talk. They might end up putting it on YouTube for free. We'll see. But yeah, love you guys. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.